February 4th, 2000, Scream 3. I didn't actually see this movie when it came out. I think I saw it about 6 months after the release. By this time, I had already grown tired of the Scream franchise. I mean, don't get me wrong, I did watch it because it was a horror movie and I was a kid. Kids, horror movies, they go together, like peanut butter and jelly, ice cream and cake, YouTube and idiots. When I saw this movie, like I said, I watched it just for the sake of watching it because it had pretty girls and blood and guts. That's what every kid enjoys. The movie was the same old thing over and over again. Hello, Sydney, do you like scary movies? Okay, now, here's the problem with that stupid catchphrase. Obviously, she doesn't like scary movies. Her mother was murdered, so why would she like scary movies? That's a stupid question. That would be like asking someone who has acrophobia, do they like heights? Or someone that has arachnophobia, do they like spiders? You don't see the Michael Myers fanatic going up to an arachnophobic and going, hey, do you like spiders? Of course they don't. What am I gonna do next? Go up to an acrophobic and say, hey, do you like heights? It's just a stupid question. I'm really tired of that catchphrase. Hey, the movie opens up with that jabroni that was accused of murdering Sydney's mother. What's his name? Cotton Weary? And he was played by Liev Schreiber. I guess that's how you pronounce it. I don't really know how you pronounce it. That's a weird name. Liev. Who names their kid that? He was killed in the opening scene. Not the opening scene because he wasn't killed right away, but it opens up with him driving down the road. And some jabroni is calling and harassing his wife. And she thinks it's him. When he gets there, it's already too late because the jabroni that I just mentioned happens to be Ghostface himself. He has returned. And he's killed Cotton's wife. And then he kills Cotton. And gee, I bet you can't guess what he does next. That's right, he goes after Sidney Prescott, who once again is played by Neve Campbell. Neve, if you happen to be listening to this review, this is the Michael Myers fanatic. I love you in the Scream movies. You're great as Sidney. You are the only reason I put up with the Scream movies. Because of you, you're a great actress. Getting back to the movie, Sidney is now in what they call self-imposed isolation, which means she chose to go into hiding. Nobody knows where she is. They got that from H2O. Didn't I point that out before? And the Ghostface killer is killing everyone who works on the set of a movie they call Stab 3. Randy Meeks from the first and second film makes a posthumous appearance because his sister Martha sends a video. Basically, Randy's telling you that in this movie, this is a trilogy, so different rules apply. Everything that you think you knew about the past is about to come back and bite you. Every sin that was committed in the past is about to come back and get you. So what you thought was true actually wasn't true. Whatever that means, I don't know. I don't speak idiot. But as I said, long story short, the killer is basically killing off the cast of this movie, and they're dying in the order they would have died in the script of the movie Stab. Dion Richmond is in here. He plays some character named Tyson. He's the stereotypical black character. We've been over this before. They put a black guy in there. He dies. We know the rules. They put him in there so you can't accuse them of being racist. I know this trick. He was killed by Ghostface. He was stabbed and thrown off a balcony. Didn't you do this same thing in Scream 2? I told you, Scream 1 and Scream 4 are the only ones I really liked. This is just a bunch of recycled trash. In this movie, you have Roman Bridger, and he's played by Scott Foley. And it turns out that he's the brother of Sidney Prescott, and he's all butthurt because his mother didn't receive him. But when he was a young man, he went to her door hoping that she would welcome him with open arms, but she didn't do that. So now he's all angry. And he convinced Billy Loomis to kill Maureen Prescott. It was just a bunch of recycled stuff. Of course, Sidney ends up killing Ghostface, like she did in the other two movies. I really didn't like Scream 2 or 3. The first one was great, and the fourth one was great because the fourth one, I don't know, for some reason I could really relate to the fourth one because they talked about scary movies. They talked about Michael Myers, and they talked about uploading footage. Those are three things that the Michael Myers fanatic loves. He loves scary movies, he loves Michael Myers, and he loves uploading videos. So when I saw Scream 4, it was like Disneyland for me. But 2 and 3 were garbage, except for Neve Campbell. She makes it watchable. She makes it tolerable. I don't like the Scream franchise, with the exception of the 2 films that I mentioned. I'd rather be doing anything than to be reviewing this movie. I'd rather try to dive out of a plane with no parachute. I'd rather dress up as a teenager and go to Freddy Krueger's house. I can't take any more of this franchise. I'm just gonna end it here. This movie was horrible. Scream 3 from February 4th, 2000. It stars Neve Campbell as Sidney Prescott. I can't say it enough. You've done a wonderful job. Thank you, Neve, for entertaining us ever since 1996. I'm the Michael Myers fanatic, and I approve this message, even if it is against my better judgment.